Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Re-Indigenizing Mind with some jaw-dropping knowledge again. And here we have a pillow, which is all...
Not exactly a pillow. This is a tribute to the Save the Last Dance for Me at the Gathering of Nations. So, save the last dance for me. And it's the last Gathering of Nations that's probably going to ever happen now that was the last one. So, it's my little tribute to the last gathering that's going to happen here in Albuquerque. And so that's a nice design too. So anyway, back to what we're doing here. Hello everybody. It's the Sunday school the Sunday red school session is going on here. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm not gonna go through in this entire thing here. What this really is my research notes for the next two upcoming books that I'm planning to release. The first book that I'm planning to release, which is this one here, is the Geomagnetic Storms of 2039. When two geomagnetic storms are layered on top of each other on the same year. And then the second part, which I'm not going to do today, but it's also in this book, is actually how to decipher ancient art. And that's a members bowl and what's really in a members bowl. But what I'm going to cover is just this first section on this research notes that are going to be a future book down the road. The reason I'm giving is the research notes because I think it's a really important topic to cover right now because of all the solar activity that's going on with the sun and what's been going on with our presentations. If you've been part of our presentations, we've been talking about April 18th being one of the active moments to watch out for. And now I have a second date for you to be paying attention to. May 9th. May 9th, need to pay attention because there's going to probably be another event. I'm not sure what it is yet. Might be a solar event. But all I know is that on our research notes, it shows that on May 9th, there's going to be another event. And the one that just occurred was the one on the April 18th event that occurred just recently, which is everything that's happening right now with all these comets coming in and 2 coronal mass ejections going on, a 7-point magnitude earthquake in Japan, a tsunami warning. Basically everything we were warning you about a month and a half ago when we first started doing this presentation, when I thought it was more important that people need more of an advance notice about these things, more than just like 3 days or when it happens. It's just not fair. And they did that even on this last event. You know, they didn't know this was going on until 3 days ago, you know, and we were talking about a month and a half ago, giving you a heads up a month and a half ago about this stuff. But enough of my preaching. I guess I can get carried away because it's Sunday.
Well, you did say it was the Red Sunday School.
Yep. You cannot petition the Lord with prayer.
Right.
But anyway, that's end of my getting off the preaching mode there. Oh, if you didn't know that, that was from the Bible of Saint Jim Morrison. Geomagnetic Storm of 2039. When two geomagnetic storms are layered on top of each other on the same year. Researched and written by you-know-who. This is a Huhukum design of the sun and his face with ear flares and even a nice little burn mark on my paper like the sun really would do.
Burning your paper.
Burning my paper. The geomagnetic storm is burning my paper. But anyway, this is a Huhukum turquoise mosaic. And when it's deciphered, it shows the sun. So that seemed to be perfect. Plus, it's burning my page anyway, so it's perfect for it. Research notes number 1. First, I'm going to tell you about a pivotal date that keeps coming up. 2039. What is this chart right here? This solar chart that I'm showing you right here is from the book of Chilumbalum of Chumayel. And it's the 20-year Katun counts. If you notice, I have the Katuns like I described earlier that are all here. Katun 11, Katun 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and then the most important Katun, Katun 13, which is where this comes in, where it comes into 2039. Now, with all of these being dated and all the locations as they occur on here, if you're in Maya, if you'll look at these dates, all you got to look at the dates and you look over here at this Katun count, no matter where you go. Let's say, example, I'll just put my finger anywhere. Let's say you want to know something from this point over here where 307 is at and 299. You want to find out what's associated with it? You go to the book of Chilumbalum of Chumayel and you just read what's at Katun 3. And you could do that for any of these years and it'll apply to that Katun 3.
So those different years, there's a lot of different years.
Yeah,
there.
all these
it's
different years.
Right?
Yeah, I just use that as an
example.
It's
just a 20-year cycle before it repeats.
Katun 3 is also important too because it has 1859 in here. And what was 1859? The Carrington event.
And those of you who don't know, that's a solar flare.
Solar storm that was so big it burned telegraph wires. It caused all kind of malfunction in electrical systems. Burned a power line, blew up transformers. And I remember this is 1859. They were just barely getting those in operation then. So this Carrington event is 1859. Why is it important? Because this number, according to this, it tells you about a cycle that's really important to know. And what is that cycle? That cycle is 180-year cycle. Why is it 180 years? Because that was the last event, was 180 years, the last event 180 years, the last event 180 years, all the way all to this event over here, 180,
so 1855 minus 180 brings you to 1315, and then that brings you to, if you do that again, 1319 minus 180, you get 779. And then,
see, like 1859 minus 540, that, which is the cycle, take you to 1319. And that's when it blew out the Huhukum and on the Zazis here in the Southwest when there was a 100-year drought.
And that 540 number, that's from the Mayan solar cycle.
180
you
times
got that,
3.
Yeah. Oh, 180 times 3.
And then,
you know what? Seth Burns was just talking about 540.
He was?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have to check into that a little
so,
later.
What is today? April 26th?
25th, I think.
Yeah.
But now you know that it's 180. Now you take 1859 and you add 180 to 1859. Now you know that went to the Hukum and Azazi in the past. Now we're going into the future. 1859 plus 180. It takes you to 2039, which is the next Carrington event, solar event that's going to occur. And that's about 13 years from now, from 2026. And I'll explain why I'm releasing this information now, because it has everything to do with that 2026. Now, this is from the Maya, the Chilumbalum and the Book of Chumayel, and dated to it, and 2039, that number on here. Now, this is my own research when I did 1859 using 11.25.
So this is your own research.
My own research from 1859, which is that Carrington event. And using that 11.25, and it gives you all of these numbers for all these numbers.
So those are
numbers,
years.
Years.
Minus 11 years, 11.25 years.
2039. Where did this end? 2039. So now, you know that 2039 and 180 is working that way. There's 2039 here. On this other end, if you go into the past, to 959 AD, you'll run into a place called Tula. It's where the Toltec Empire was located. The Carrington event that occurred here also occurred in 959, which wiped out the Toltecs.
Okay.
And made them leave Tula. 959 plus 180 takes you to 1139. What happened in 1139? That solar flare that I'm talking about hit again, and it took out the Maya. We're out there in Chichen Itza area and the Yucatan area. Okay. It took out the Maya. And 1139 plus 180, which is that number again, it takes you to that 1319 that I was showing you over here, which is the Huhuhukam Anasazi, the American Southwest, the 100-year drought that occurred out here, which made everybody leave. And you add 180 to that, it takes you to 1499. And 1499 is over here, and it also reflects to when it hit the Aztecs, and they even show it in their artwork of a solar flare coming down.
Oh, that's right here.
No.
Oh, it's a different one.
No, it's this one right here. Oh. You're showing them everything wrong except for the right one. See?
Yes.
That is the Aztec version of when the solar flare hit in 1499. Right. And where's 1499? Right there. You add 180 to that 1499, takes you to 1679. It's when Spain got hit by a solar flare and they lost power. Then you add 180 to that 1679, takes you to 1859. The tribes here in the United States lost their power during the 1850s.
Our autonomy, sovereignty.
Yeah. No more buffalo.
Right, being able to live.
Forced on reservations, you know, forced into mass graves at Wounded Knee,
slaves,
and so forth.
Debt slaves.
So that happened to us when we got hit in 1859. Then you add 180 to the 1859, and it takes you to that number again, 2039. Now you hit 2039, 2039, 2039. This is just the same thing as this, just going further back. But then I'm going out of the circle now. So now you know that 180 times 3 is 540. I have to look into Stephen Burns and what he's saying about that. And now this one says that.
It's the sun's cycle, is what he was saying.
It is right, because this is what I'm finding out here. Maybe we got the same information, just saying it differently. Over on this one, but the 180 is 2028 plus 11. Takes you to that number again, 2039. Now we showed all the things for the Katun counts and the Maya and the book of Chilambala Chumayel. But now there's a second solar cycle from the 260-day calendar itself.
Which is Aztec, not Mayan.
It's
but
not
they're
Mayan.
Combined. Well, I don't know.
Well, I could say one is Yucatan and one is mainland Mexico.
Okay.
Because it looks more like that, kind of what it might be. But the 260-day calendar is used by Zapotecs as well as all those people there too.
Okay.
But the 260-day calendar works a little differently. It works in a 351-year cycle. And why do I know that? 13 times 27 years equals 351. When you use the 260-day sacred calendar, it goes to 2012. Which is that number everybody was freaking on.
That's why everyone thought it was the
end of the world in 2012. No, it was giving you a forewarning for the upcoming end of the world. 2012 plus 27, which is the cycle, see, 27, gives you that same number, 2039. So now this is a whole nother different cycle, the 350-year cycle. That's separate from the 180, 54-year cycle. So now you see that these two cycles right here, separately, they occur. We could survive a Carrington event.
The 180, 540 cycle.
If this happens by itself, we can survive that. But every now and then,
they both line up.
Blue moon, Both of them hit on the very same year.
Oh my God.
You got two solar storms that are
Holy cow.
occurring on the very same year, occurring at the very same time, which is we could survive one or the other, but not both combined, which is the big part of the story here. Which takes me down to our ancient monuments. People are familiar with the Ohio Serpent Mound.
Yep.
And they're making all these wild ass stories about it.
God, this
but if you look at the Serpent Mound and you look at the tail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 is the egg. Represents the sun. And why is that important? Because it represents that 11 years solar cycle. 11, 11. The snake's eating the egg.
The Milky Way galaxy.
No, he's eating the sun.
He's eating the sun. Yep.
Look, I even drew a sun in there.
I
Don't
see.
make up stories.
Well, that's what it kind of makes
Put a little
me
tiny
think
sun
of.
in there. But the temple of the feathered serpent in Teotihuacan is also the 351 solar cycle. But it's built in within its architectural design.
Oh.
Plus, it's got 351 plus the 5 previous worlds added to it. So if they go down there, they're going to find the number 356.
Oh, would that be in the number of steps?
Well, I don't know. I haven't gone there. I haven't even gone to Chaco yet.
Oh my God.
You're asking the wrong guy. I haven't even gone
Somebody
to
from
Mesa
down south,
Verde.
please confirm with us.
I'm trying to tell tourists to go there for me.
Okay,
I'm not
okay, yes.
doing them. You're asking the
Yes,
wrong guy.
and please respond.
I have gone to Bandelier, though. So at least I can say I've been
Please
to one place.
comment.
So anyway, this Teotihuacan architectural design, and then this over here is the Ohio Serpent Mound, and then these are from my own research notes. But now, like I was telling you earlier about that number 11,
Yep.
now look over here. 11-year solar storm chart. 1858, 1859, Carrington event at 180, 2038, 2039.
And the reason we're saying 1858, 1859 is because Indian Time New Year is actually November.
Mm-hmm. That I even wrote it over here. Year count. Pleiades overhead at midnight. Annular star. Mid-November. See, I even wrote it on there.
Oh, nice.
Somebody forgets. Solar Maximus. This only occurs every 1,440 years. That's why I call it Solar Maximus. See, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then it comes back to here.
The light is kind of glaring off
And
that
then-
sheet.
What is that? Oh, let me. Does that help
Okay,
you?
yes.
The top number is 1858, 1859. The middle number, I think, is 46, 47, if I remember right, which is the midpoint. And then when it comes back to itself again, it's 20, 38, 39. In other words, it runs through here, 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 once, and then it goes all the way again, twice, and on its second round, it hits the Carrington event. How do I know that? Because you use the magic number to figure out when these events are going to happen. See, that's the Solar Maximus. And 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a minute. Oh, I forgot to count the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, another 1. Now watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now it's hit in a numerical order. Number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You keep going on, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it'll go to 9, and then it'll repeat itself back all the way up to here. But you see how it works with that 11.
Okay.
So I think I did that right. Let me see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2.
So those are 11 years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4. Yeah, it's going to numerical order.
Okay.
These numbers down here are the ones that are races that are important. 1858, 59 is related to 2038, 39. And then over here in 1918, that there was a possibility, there was a coronal mass ejection storm in 1918 and one in 1978. How do I know that? Because I marked it with my little numerical mathematical, and that little sun figure, 1978. That little sun figure, 1918. See, 1918. See, where's my sun? 1918.
Yep.
So these are the other ones. But the main one is that solar Maximus over here, which is occurring up here on this corner over here.
Solar Maximus.
Yeah,
so can you talk a little bit about what you mean by solar Maximus?
It's a term I invented because nobody knows this concept yet.
Well, I was gonna say Seth Burns was actually talking about solar Maximus. Like he used that exact terminology. This is crazy.
He stole it from me then.
Hey.
Look, it's written right there. In print. I did that print a long time. Geez. But
yeah.
It doesn't matter about who. Most important about what I'm trying to get to this is information. Why am I releasing it in 2026? See the star right here? Mm-hmm. Look what year it says.
2026. Oh my God, we're in the year 2026. So
now look over here.
So I'm thinking November.
See? There's that star. And there's that 2026 right here. See it?
Yes.
Now watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait a minute. Where's it at?
Yeah, you got it. It's at 0?
Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. 2026 is marking the end point of this cycle at the 0.
Oh, okay.
And then the starting of the last solar cycle before it ends. I had it wrong. So this 0 is the center point at the end of this cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So when you count it that way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And then it's back to solar Maximus.
20, 38, 39. So now I'm showing you that with my own charts, it's still coming out to the very same year. We dated the Aztec year count, and when we did the year count, we did all of them of the heaven and hell cycles, all 468 years
and
of the hell cycle.
This page is directly from the Codex Tellurensis Romensis. Anybody?
And it's made by the Mexica themselves. But the dating system, one rabbit. What did I say that was? 2026, here. Okay. That important date. Mm-hmm. One rabbit, then you go over here to 2 Flint, 2027. Oh, no, 1 rabbit, 2 wheat, Hold on. And then you're going to 3 Flint. Okay. 3 Flint is 2028. 2028 is telling you to add those 11 years. 2028 plus 11 makes 2039. It's giving you a heads up and a forewarning.
Oh my God.
That's going to occur in 11 years from 2028 that the solar Maximus is going to occur.
And here, this represents the capital.
Yeah, the U.S. capital.
There's a flood that happened.
And there's a dead president. I don't know who that could be. Who knows?
And then a solar flare.
Now, this one is my own research again of the 351-year solar cycle that I was talking about earlier that's tied to the 260-day sacred calendar.
Okay, so that's different from the Mayan calendar.
This is different than the Chilombalum.
Yep.
This is that one with the 260-day.
The Chilombalum is the Mayan calendar.
And this one's, really easy to use. Using 13 from 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You do that all the way up here till it gets to this last one here, and then it repeats over here. This is my chart for, a 351-year solar cycle.
That's 4 times 13 is 182. Times 2 is 364.
And now to clarify what I just showed here
years.
is this part of the calendar, just 1 to 13, right there is this whole representation of one entire cycle.
Oh, so this whole thing is from there to there.
And then look how many other 13s there are. See?
Oh, okay, I see.
And they repeat, and they repeat, and they repeat, and they repeat, till you get to this last 13 one here, until it starts all over, just like I'm doing here. There, and it starts there. There, and it's starting over there.
Yep.
So it shows you how it relates to, the calendar. And there's 13 that are here. They're made up of not day signs. Each of these represents 27 years. 27 years, 27 years, 27 years, 27 years, 27 years. So you're not counting them as days anymore.
Chart using 27
you're
years.
Counting each one of these as 27 now, all the way to 27 over here. Which takes you to 2039. He keeps going back to that number. See, there's 20 years at the last part of it there. Now, I'm going to show you something here.
This is mind-boggler, everybody.
12 plus 27 gives you 2039. 2039 is the solar Maximus. You go halfway to that, it'll take you to 4981 BCE. What is 4981 BC? I call it solar moderate. What is a solar moderate? It's just this by a solar storm just by itself without being layered on the other storm. In other words,
it's just one of the cycles happening.
Just one of the cycles. That's why I call it solar moderate.
Okay.
Which is why this is here. But if you go back like 2039 and you take two of those 7,020-year cycles, or 1,440 years, and you take 2039 AD and you minus 1,000, what is it? 1,000,
no, it's 14,040
years. I'm looking at upside down. But when you minus it, it takes you to 1201 BCE. Why is this number important? 1201 BC is related to 2039 because that's the last date of the last solar Maximus event that occurred when the two solar storms came together. See, now you see how that moderate was by
There's
itself.
two solar cycles,
Now you
yes.
got two
The
solar
Mayan
cycles
one and the
on each
Aztec
other.
one. Got it.
And then the last solar Maximus, what happened there in 1201 BC? There was an extinction of the American horse and camel, of the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoth, the giant sloth, and more important, it also wiped out Clovis man. You take the cycle that I'm showing you at 1201 and you do 14,040 and once, and then you do it twice, it'll take you to 41,081 BC. And what happened in that year? The Neanderthals went extinct at that other solar Maximus at their time. See how this is starting to work now? Neanderthal disappears, Homo sapiens survive. Clovis man disappears, we survive. It's a pattern. But anyway, this is the long count of how this works.
Right.
How do I know that this is all verified and I'm not just making it up? This is an actual document that the ancients created. And this is what I was telling Colleen earlier.
Oh, yeah, you bought this like last week.
It's just a detailed version for movement. This is just a shorthand version of this. So if you look up here, the spike, there's the spike. You look over here, there's an arm. You look over here, there's an arm. Look down here, there's an arm. Look over here, there's an arm. There's there, and there's even the 4-year signs that are up here in the corners. For movement is This is the detailed version of that sign. How do I know that? If you look here, there's an alligator. Where the arrow's pointing, there's an alligator. What's over here? Alligator. Now I'll go down to the next one, jaguar. Go up, jaguar. You keep going down to the next one. Let's see.
Deer.
One deer. One deer. So now we got one deer over here. And we go down further. One rain. One rain. You go down from one rain from there to one reed. One reed. And then you go from one reed to that next. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'll just go up to here. One death. There's a skull. One death. So if you notice, the layout is the same layout as what's going on here.
This is like a visual imagery of what this is, and that is a summary of that.
Yep. And every dot here represents 27 years. 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, like 27, 27, 27, 27. So this verifies what I'm doing on my work with the 2060-day sacred calendar to what the ancients were laying down in their ancient art.
Well, plus you just showed me a video of someone who was talking about that 40,000 year period when the Neanderthals went extinct.
Yeah, 40,000 odd years, and my calculation said it was 40,081 to be exact. Which is
they were right. They were like 41,000 years ago, and then wow, they were even talking about Clovis man, weren't they? What was that video called? If people want to watch
that was on the Neanderthal.
Oh, it was just the
one talking
Neanderthals.
Clovis.
Oh,
they were
okay.
talking Neanderthal.
Oh, okay.
I just connected the dots that it was connected to the solar Maximus from the two previous ones before that go back to 41,081 BC, which is at the same time that the Neanderthals disappeared, which is the same connection to what happened later to the Clovis man, and then we showed up. But the main thing about this here is that, and this is why I don't want to be too much of a boogeyman, but when this is completed, its cycle all the way back to itself, the sun has a way of going to humanity and going blap. How do I know that? See that line right there? This line right here? Where is it going? It blew off his arm. Where's this one going over here? It blew off his leg, and there's a bone sticking out in that red part right there. Where's this one here? It blew off his other arm that's holding his staff. And where's this other one going? It blew his head off all the way over to here. So basically, when the solar Maximus hits, which is basically saying it's a kill shot solar flare. Now this shows you the layout for what I'm trying to prove to you, that I'm not just making this up, that people before me were doing the same layout but in a different form. This one, I hope I don't piss off any Hopis, because you know how they are. Everybody got their little secrets, and all of that. Well, I understand that. So what can I say? But before I go into there, remember I was telling you about each one of these 13s is 351 years?
Oh, yeah.
351 years.
27,
351 years.
27.
351 years. 351 years. See? 351 years. Yeah, it's going through 51 years.
Yeah. Oh, because each day is actually 27 years. 27 times whatever. That brings you to 351.
Till it gets like this over here.
Okay, till it gets to the end, and then it starts all over again.
And that tells you when it's the last one, and to get ready for that solar Maximus that's going to occur next. And it tells you that it gives you a 27-year heads up. And I'm giving you a 27-year heads up. Well, I can't do it now. I'm giving you a 13-year heads up to get ready for it, which beats 3 days or on the day that it's happening, because that's what your scientists are doing to you today. You got 13 years now, advance notice of what I'm showing here, to prepare for mentally, physically, whatever you got to do.
Well, that video we were watching was talking about how the Earth's magnetic field flipped, and then because the magnetic field was weaker, there was more solar radiation.
And
So for the
affected
Neanderthal
the genetic DNA
and their
and
fertility,
fertility, and everybody
their
died because nobody could
population
produce children
declined.
because the radiation killed the genetic code for them to reproduce. It was that strong. But I'm going to show you why it's that strong. Now, pay attention here because remember, it's important.
Oh, sorry.
This is another one that's kind of from the modern times of the Mexica and the Aztecs. One rabbit in
That's
the
this
sacred
year
year
we're
count
in
is
right now.
2026.
It started November 3rd, 2025.
Which is the year we're in right
and
now.
It's,
And that's the reason why I'm releasing this information. Because I was supposed to release it when the time was right, and this lets me know when the time is right.
This is also the year that Montezuma changed because he wanted to change.
Yeah, and that's why I'm here, to change it back. That's why we're Athabascans and they're Uto-Aztecans. They were stupid, and they changed it over to two reed, and we're putting it back to one reed where it originally was.
And that was Montezuma before Cortez.
Yeah, it's all his fault. And it's all Montezuma's fault. Thank God we're not Uto-Aztecans. We're Athabascans.
Well, even that book where you got that diagram from, it says inside there, it changed from one reed to one rabbit, but we don't know why.
Let's don't hound on their mistakes. We got things to do.
Okay, let's keep
They're
going.
the children of La Rona. Let them deal with their weeping mother trying to find their lost children.
Okay, let's get back to this.
We're not lost. We got shit to do. 2026, one rabbit plus 13 sacred years. There's that number again. Why do I know it's that number, 2039? If you go from one rabbit to one reed on the sacred calendar, one reed is 2038-39. There's that number again. And why do I know that this has to do with the solar flare? It says 13 years. So if that represents 13 years, 13, see those rattles? See them? How many are there?
There's two.
No.
Oh, wait.
13, 12, 11. Where's that number sound familiar?
Oh, the solar cycle.
No.
Oh.
It's the same design as the Ohio Serpent Mound.
Oh, dang.
And it's the same numbers too. And it's eating an egg. What is this guy doing? He's eating people. Doing the same thing.
Wow.
So 13, 12, 11. There's the solar cycle. And that's what it's going to do on that solar cycle when the real Quetzalcoatl comes out. And what I say is equivalent to the Hopi Kachina dancers removing their mask in 2039. Look, one reed. Look what's on top of it. Quetzalcoatl's mask, his eyes are empty. He removed his mask to show his real self.
The little orange duck lips.
Which tells me that's probably when
out.
the Kachina dancers in Hopi are going to remove their mask at that very last ceremony.
Wow.
Which equates to what this says. When Quetzalcoatl removed his mask to, what did he do besides eat people? He swallowed the sun.
Yeah, that's a picture of him swallowing the sun, and that's the serpent mound.
And then what does that mean? 5 days the sun is eclipsed, and then shall be seen the torch of Katun 13, a sign given by God that death shall come to the rulers of the land. Page 112, Chilumbalum of Chumayel. It says it right there. 5 days eclipsed. The serpent eats the sun for 5 days. The serpent eats the sun for 5 days. That's us.
Wow.
Being consumed by solar Maximus. And
So that's kind of a
then
warning. You better, because you see, because you.
It's not a warning.
I mean,
this is a direct heads up that you get your act together and figure out what you're going to do in the next 13 years, because this is not a and if, or this ain't no pseudoscience nonsense. This is proven by time itself. I didn't go back to 1400 and hoax this. I didn't go back to 1200 AD to hoax that. I didn't go back to 1200 AD to create this just so I could fool white people in the present. This is all solid ancient science that's being ignored. And if we ignore it anymore, we're going to be baking. Because
baking and bacon.
We're going to be sitting like little bacon in a frying pan. Why? Because we didn't listen. We didn't want to know. So we're going to burn. Why were the cavemen in caves? To escape the radiation. There you go.
Oy. And that's what that video was talking about too. And they were doing it totally from Western
ones that
science.
Lived in a cave, were able to reproduce and have children. The one that tried to stay out in it, it killed the chromosomes and they all died. There you go. There's your real history.
Wow, God,
1081 BC.
I thought it was a big deal when you told a Hopi where they came from. This just like upped it a notch. Jeez.
I'll tell you what it is, and I can even show you what it is. We're removing the mask and cutting out the bullshit and letting you know what we really know and who we really are, because in 13 years is not very long. And if somebody don't give you a heads up, well, no one's going to give you a heads up. We're all going belly up, whether we like it or not. And I'm hoping that by doing this, in 13 years, maybe we could get prepared for it. Because according to this, not everybody dies. When the Neanderthal went out, who replaced them? Homo sapiens. When Clovis went out, who replaced them? Us as native people. So there are survivors.
Well, there's still some other survivors if you think about this, I don't know, Sasquatch.
I don't want a Sasquatch. I want a pseudoscience bullshit. I'm trying to talk about getting ready for the future so that we can survive.
For people, for humans.
Fuck the pseudoscience of Bigfoot. He can worry about his own self. He's already in a cave. So why worry about him? We're stupid. We're not the ones hiding from radiation. He's in a cave.
Well, besides learning how to grow, I was going to say, besides learning how to grow and do things like that, like we need to keep our water clean so we can use, our descendants can use it.
Preaching to the people that already shit in it. The most important thing right now is that the information we're giving you, not only on this, but also on all of the global mapping and all the astronomy, are survival tools when there's no energy grid, when there's no computer to lean on, when there's no cell phone, when there's no electricity, when you can't get groceries because the cashier don't work, because it's operated through a computer, when you can't get a plane off of the runway because nothing's working, they can't get anything delivered. How are you going to survive? I'm going to tell you the truth. You're going to survive on things that aren't dependent on those, that aren't dependent on the energy or electrical grid. All of the ancient knowledge I've been showing you is that. Even our compass isn't driven by magnetics. It's driven by the North Star. Why? Because I was smart enough to know that it was going to screw it up.
Yeah, the magnetic poles can flip.
It's like what would you call, the ark?
Yeah.
For us to survive. Because when there's no other ways of getting this knowledge out of the internet or a computer, we might have to rely on something called the organic computer.
Well, the one between your ears. But this also is like the machine to crunch the numbers through, because not only is it a 260-day calendar, which is a human fertility, like birth and planning.
If you put
calendar.
A number in here to another number, and you don't have to do the work to find the equation, you know what that's a definition of? A computer.
All right, folks. There we go.
Sunday school's over. Holy Moses. Read the book of Enoch if you want to know a little bit. If you're a Christian, crazy, and you don't want to be a heathen like us. Read the book of Enoch. It tells the same thing.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much, Roger. And I guess,
Sunday school out.
yeah.
Okay, now we can party.
Yeah.
Yay.
Party like it's 1999.
Yeah, party like it's 13 years.
Yeah. 2020,
What's that?
2039.
Dance like Corey Feldman.
Yeah.